Apparently, it is called the Mother's Touch. Seems to be a nice feminine theme going on here after the Maiden's Wish.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a nice placard above the door. Door's made of wood. It's pretty bright inside still. Hear some voices.
Oh. My gosh.
Hmm?
Nothing. I need to go get food.
Hmm?
I didn't eat yet, so.
So, Mystify.
Hold on, I want to check something out.
So wait, is this place is it? So we're walking in. I'm assuming.
I mean, as far as I know, unless he's doing something funny.
Am I able to walk in?
I go
right
in.
back.
The
Just
door, actually, compared to you, Crusher, is just a little small. About like a foot and a half.
I was gonna go in. I'll offer to do some magic here. Maybe you can put on a show. You know, if you can say that.
Okay, so you offered a what?
Basically, I'm trying to use my entertainer feature, trying to get lodging and food. My performance.
Yeah. As you walk in, just presenting yourself and making this offer, for food and lodging at the price of entertainment, you see a woman you had spoken to before behind the counter, black hair tied into a bun in the back. She's got kind of like just a hint of like a small scar just near her eye. A little bit not elderly, but kind of more towards into her age, as she's kind of pouring a drink for a gentleman at the counter. And as you see the rest of the inn, there's a number of people sitting around tables drinking. They're like, "Hey, oh," is really pleased by this idea. She just kind of, well, you were great the last time. Hopefully two's a charm. Carry on. Let's have a show. And she kind of directs you towards a small little area they set aside as kind of a stage.
I go up on a stage, and I just start putting on a magic show. Basically doing simple spells and stuff like that to entertain.
Give me a performance check. And everyone else, as you're stepping in, Crusher, kind of making your way in. Do you just go right through, or you actually duck under?
I go right through you.
You go, oh.
I rolled a 1d2 to decide which one.
Oh, boy. Alright. So there is now a head-shaped hole above the door as Crusher just walks into the establishment.
Great. There goes some of our gold.
Oh, God. Alright, so Mystify's performance is going off without a hitch. People are cheering, throwing a coin or two at his feet now and then. Oriana and Kavi, as you guys both enter with Crusher with you, and you hear a crook as he just breaks this hole above the door. You see the lady behind her. Hey! You mind? It's not easy keeping the place up. If you could fix that, it'd be great. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind a payment for it.
I look at the broken piece of wood and just try to, stick it in the hole.
Sorry, I don't have anything to fix it with. I'm a cleric.
Yeah. Give me a dexterity check. See if you can actually put this back together.
Oh, didn't mean to roll that with advantage, so 12.
No, you kind of get some pieces in, but it's not fitting together right. There's nothing to keep it together.
Just toss her some gold so she can fix it later.
At this point, watching this, she just has a hand over her mouth, just watching in horror.
As I like try to stuff it in, probably causing a few more cracks, I just sigh and put 3 gold on the table.
You just see her take her other hand, still covering her mouth, pulls the coins over the across the table, and you see her just slowly squat behind the counter out of sight.
Wait! Don't disappear!
By the way, I rolled a 20 on my performance check.
Oh yeah, the at your feet right now is currently about 14 gold pieces.
What was he doing?
Thank you. I collect all the.
I missed a second. I went to get my food.
Mystify basically jumped onto a small stage they set aside in the inn and was giving up her magic show.
I thought I better eat before I pass out.
Well, like you said, my character, I basically use my energy to put on a performance to try to get through the lobby.
And hearing the crowd die down as your performances generally come to a close, you see a pair of eyes and black hair just kind of above the counter going, "Psst, psst, hey," and she's kind of motioning over to you, Mystify.
I walk over, and you said I picked up 14 gold, right?
Yeah.
And I walk over. What?
As you walk over, you notice she's kind of squatted down behind the counter, and her eyes kind of go from you to the others. Are they with you?
I look over, and I'm pretty sure I see the hole in the doorway, right?
It's pretty prominent. Yeah, you see it.
I'm not standing with them, by the way.
Where did you go off to?
He probably stealthed away.
I say, yeah, they're with me, and yeah. And I give her 10 gold.
You see her as she just kind of brings her hand over the counter, takes the gold, with her other hand comes up, and presents you with 3 keys, each of them bearing some kind of wooden plaque with a number on it. And you see her just kind of say, "There you go," and just kind of squats down behind the counter out of view again.
Can I peek over the counter and look at him?
As you
Huh?
kind of assumed position.
Huh?
Alright, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. As you look over the counter, you know she's assumed a kind of squatting fetal position.
I wanted a meal and you went and frightened her.
I asked her, can she get it to him to eat, please?
You see as her hand just kind of like comes back over the counter, kind of starts moving around frantically, until it finds this kind of metal dome, and you see her smack it, and it makes a ding sound.
You can come up. We're not going to hurt you.
And as the ding sound comes, you see a door just a little off to the side open, and out comes out this bigger gentleman. Got 2 tusks in the bottom, actually a half orc. Kind of walks over. So who rang the dinner bell?
We did.
I see.
Apparently we scared the poor barmaid.
You see him just kind of look down and see her there. See.
At this point, after hearing what the bell does, I'm going to be kind of just like casually tapping on it.
Because it makes a noise.
Yes.
Is this our crusher?
Yes.
Yes.
But
I reach
by
over
the
and
way-
grab his hand. Just stop. No.
I stop.
By the way, I left the bar.
Good.
You left?
I left.
Okay. where you running off to?
We'll get to it later. Whenever you
Alright.
guys are done there.
Okay, so as you stop Crusher, the half-orc gentleman just looks at you all. So I can see you two could possibly use a meal.
I don't
Do
think he
you eat
eats.
anything? He's kind of pointing at Crusher, just with this confused look, because he's never served a Warforged before.
I can eat.
Apparently, he can eat.
Does the Stony one eat greens, meats, rocks?
I just like, I had no idea. Just like throw
I
my-
don't know what he eats, but
Did
I
you just
eat.
say potato?
Potato.
Apparently, potatoes.
you see the half-orc gentleman is like, okay then. Potato for our rather large friend here, and you two, my horned lovelies.
Meat. Food.
Surprise.
A drink, maybe?
Alright, so meat, food, drink, and what it is if I say?
Surprise me.
Alright, you see him just kind of snap a finger, turns around and walks back to the door. Some of the bar painters are busy still drinking away. A couple of moments pass, you guys are just still kind of there, noticing that the barmaid, if you will, ever so slowly kind of shifts her position like a foot every so many seconds.
I just sigh, walk away, and pick a table in the corner.
I'm just
Not
going
gonna
to.
eat ya.
I would be staring at the bow, seeing that she's slowly moving. I'm just going to stare at her, confused at what she's doing.
You just okay. Mr. Fire, you staying there with him, or are you moving to the table with Oriana?
I'll head over with Oriana.
All right. So after a couple of moments passes, and you're both just kind of sitting there, watching the patrons, and Crusher just kind of standing there like a creeper. You do hear the door swing open again, and he's like, "Well, here we are." And Crusher, as he comes by you, you see him. He just places right in front of you this big platter, just full of about 12 just unpeeled raw potatoes.
I take a single potato, and I put it inside my mouth, and without any sort of chewing or anything, it just kind of goes down, and there's like a mechanical rolling noise in my chest. I repeat the process about every 30 seconds.
Beautiful. Hold on. Hearing a lot of the gadgets and gizmos going on in your gut right now, a couple of the patrons just kind of stop for a second mid-drink, kind of look over at you. A couple of them just kind of instantly turn away and go back to their drink, while a couple of them kind of bring their drink down. Have this genuinely confused and concerned look on their face, and just turn around and go back to their drink.
I just want to point out that it does say in the Wolfwitch thing you do not need to eat or breathe, but you can ingest food and drink if you wish, so... It's not like permanently messing up gears or anything.
Right. And as the half-orc gentleman comes over to the table for the lady, you see him sets down a platter there, and it seems to have some nice pieces of steak, some chicken, right next to some kind of a rice material, very nicely colored. Some utensils kind of put there for you. And it's a nice dark red liquid placed next to it.
Sweet. I was on my way for a hot meal when I was unexpectedly detoured.
He just kind of gives you a nod, and as he slides the other plate in front of Mystify, Mystify, you notice in front of you, you were probably expecting a number of things, but it basically looks like this, like it's kind of got the shape of a cake. It's got that circular shape. It's about maybe 6 inches tall, maybe about a good half a foot wide, and it just seems to be this yellow color, whereas the top is like this kind of a brown color.
I take a knife and fork and take a bite of it.
As you take a bite into it, you notice that the outer exterior is kind of like this like breaded, spongy material, whereas the inside seems to have like this kind of like fruits and creams, and it kind of makes this explosive flavoring of some kind of a tarty yet bittersweet.
I continue eating it. Thanks.
You see him give a kind of a really deep bow and just kind of looks back to see how Crusher's doing with the potatoes. How is Crusher doing with the potatoes?
Again, it's going down like one every 30 seconds, so after about 6 minutes, I'm just completely done with it. And then, kind of just like looking down at the plate, I take the plate and just shove it in my mouth.
Oh shit! Well, the half-orc sees, he's like, a easily satisfied customer.
Thanks for the food.
Don't eat the plate. Oh dear. What have we gotten ourselves into?
You see the half-orc gentleman just kind of turns around again. Well, should you two need anything else, just ring the bell. And, don't worry about the little one. She'll be fine. And you see him just kind of give another polite bow and walks back into that room.
I will sit there and finish my meal in peace.
Alright, so you finish your meal.
Head up to my room as well.
Alright.
So see you guys in the morning.
Alright, so Mystify, you adjourn to what seems to be your room. You come in and you notice it's a 4-post bed, simple bookshelf, candle by the bedside, for lighting. It's actually got a window.
Were there any books on the bookshelf or anything?
There were a couple random books, yes.
I glanced through them.
As you glance through the books, you do find a couple of them seem to be the history of Taldore, some of the different cities. One talking about myths and legends involving the class and other such organizations. And you do come across one book, and as you look at it, it seems to have this really beautiful spinal decoration, gold and blues. As you look at the cover, The Misadventures of Tyrion Darrington.
Oh God!
Beautiful.
I spent an hour or two before I go to bed reading it.
You read the misadventures of Tyrion Darrington.
Yeah.
As you read for an hour, you read through the where it talks about Tyrion meeting Vox Machina, dealing with meeting the travel to Veshra, and then stopping just short of before it speaks of going into the Nine Hells.
Going into the what?
The Nine Hells.
So basically, it talks about going his adventures all the way up to the Nine Hells.
Yeah, that's where you stop at. There's still more of the book to go.
Okay.
Alright, so you stop the book there, and that's where you...
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. Alright, so Oriana, I'm assuming you also went to a room?
I grabbed a key, went to a room, locked myself in it, and just threw myself on the bed.
Alright, so as you throw yourself on the bed, you find yourself kind of instantly go into a deep, kind of a transient sleep. Oddly enough, you're aware you're asleep, actually. And as you're slowly kind of wrestling, kind of tossing and turning, you're strangely feeling this kind of comforting warmth as you're remembering exacting your vengeance on those thugs. But at the same time, you're also feeling that wrestling emotion again, that surge to just beat something to death.
Okay.
Pressure.
Oh,
For a moment there, you were alone down below.
Crusher follows them up towards the rooms, and instead of getting a room himself, he's just gonna stand out in the hallway. His eyes go slightly dimmer for about 4 hours, and he's still aware of everything.
So you go into standby mode in the middle of the hallway.
Yep. I
Are
mean,
you
like, I'm at
actually
the
aware
end of the hallway. Yeah, I'm actually
In the
aware.
hallway?
Okay.
Okay.
Instead of sleeping, you enter an inactive state for 4 hours each day. You do not dream in this state. You are fully aware of your surroundings and notice approaching enemies and other events as normal.
Yeah, as you're in the standby mode, you watch as a lot of people kind of go back and forth between the rooms and downstairs. A good number of them actually stop to look at you for a moment. One of them actually kind of starts flexing in front of you, trying to see if they measure up to you, and noticing that they're not really measuring up at all. Every now and then you do see a couple of them just kind of stop to pose next to you. And then eventually they're all just gone. Alright, with the rest of the party apparently tucked away, Kavi, where did you run off to?
I'm going to find the class, to contact the class.
Alright, so you're looking for a clasp activity in this Kaimel?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming I know where to go.
Yeah, you're. It's kind of common knowledge among some members of the class. Like some people kind of whisper to each other where, if you're looking for work or someone to speak to, where to go, or who could tell you. As far as Kaimel being the kind of place it was, most class members feel a lot better knowing quickly where to go before getting involved in anything and possibly involving the class. It's really bad for business in Kaimel. To your understanding, the entrance to the class, I guess you could say underground area, there's actually a secret stairway beside the Maiden's Wish. It's actually hidden by a cellar against what looks to be like a tool shed beside the casino. And as you go down, you come to a door. There you see a symbol of the clasp. There seems to be a little shutter on it.
I go in. Is it a door? Oh, you're cutting out. Hello?
Is without knocking.
Well, on.
He can't hear. He can't hear you when he's cutting out.
Yeah, you.
Rada.
Can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. But as you as you enter the door, the two guys greet you, and you, who enter so rudely without knocking, who are you?
I'm
You realize you're
Kobe.
greeted by a human and an elf.
I showed the mark of the class.
Oh, you showing your mark?
Mhm.
Alright, as you show, like, oh, a brother of the clasp. Oh, could have shown that sooner. Oh, and then the elf just kind of points you in. The human just kind of peeks out the door, making sure no one was behind you. As you waltz on in, you see, for being the city that it is, they keep this underground area here by the casino actually pretty nice, actually. You've been in some of the class areas in like Iman and a couple other places. They're not exactly the greatest places because it's more like old sewer tunnels and other such stuff. This place here, this is nicer. There's actually flooring, walls, decorations, furniture. You can see that a lot of the guys here in this branch of the class are actually pretty relaxed. Though they do keep an eye, just kind of looking at each other like, he's not doing something funny, but they're not as high strung as other ones would be.
Gotcha.
Mm.
I guess I'm gonna look for anyone either
So what happened?
I said I'm gonna either look for somebody that I either recognize or somebody in some sort of like leadership position that I would report to.
As you look around, you do notice somewhere towards the back area there is a door that's open, and you do see what looks like 3 people gathered around a table pointing at something. And in the table on there is a dagger just kind of wedged into it.